I'm Mark Masters at the Ford Performance Center in Toronto, where the Maple Leafs held a team meeting on Sunday as they digested a disappointing performance in Game 4. They now trail the Boston Bruins 3-1. They have a practice day here tomorrow before flying to Boston for Game 5, and it is pretty clear the number one thing that has to change.
I mean, the special teams, of course, are the biggest thing, right? If there's one area that really stood out last night is our power play had a chance to really get us going in the game, and really in that first period, and really failed to do so. That was probably the most disappointing part of the game, and that the urgency level wasn't higher at that particular time. So that's a big one, but. This series and these games that we've been in, they're far closer than it may appear, and we need little things to shift over into our favor, starting with special teams. Whether we're one finish chance away or one extra save away, to shifting that over into our favor. We won one game in the series. It's the game in which we scored a power play goal at an important time. We got a penalty kill at a very important time in that game. That we need something like that to shift to our favor, and then it's just one less mistake and one more positive puck going the other way. So that's really how close it is. Even last night, we're not performing well as a team last night at all. But there's 5 minutes left in the first period when we give up that goal, and the shots were 5-3 for us at that time. We'd given up 3 shots in the first period. So, it's a lot closer than it appears, and we need to just get things to move over to our side of the ledger.
The Leafs went 0 for 3 on the power play in Game 4, and that includes a 4-on-3 advantage. They also failed to score on a 4-on-3 in Game number 1. Toronto now 1 for 14 overall in the series on the power play, and Keefe was asked if he's given any thought to shaking up the personnel in the top unit. The coach was quick to point out they just got William Nylander back.
We had changes to the top power play unit last night, and it got worse, not better. So, we'll consider and talk about everything. We have time on our side here in that sense. Today is less about such discussions, more so about diagnosing some of the things that have been problematic and looking at some of the things that have gone well for us in this series and how we can continue to embrace those and build upon them. And tomorrow we'll start to have the discussions about lineup and stuff like that.
The Leafs are scheduled to practice here on Monday morning before flying to Boston for Game 5 on Tuesday. That's when we should get a better sense at practice tomorrow of what sort of lineup changes the team is contemplating. Neither coach has named their starter for Game 5. Of course, you gotta believe Jeremy Swayman is going to stay in for Boston. On the Leafs side, Ilya Samsonov was pulled for the third period of Game 4. Keefe said that was more about changing the feel of the game and the vibe, but Joseph Woll came in, stopped all 5 shots he faced. For TSN.ca, I'm Mark Masters in Toronto.